Welcome back to Over 30s Gaming. All right. Today we are going to get into armor. How to? Why? And the biggest question of how do I not lose my armor? So, we're going to start off first. The one thing I like to do is if you don't already have armor, you're new to starting out, blank slate, this is how you can get some quick and easy armor. You go to contracts, right? Alright, we are going to go to mercenary. We are going to, let's see here, find one. We don't want boarding action. That's a little bit too high for us right now. Contractors employed, freelance basis. We need to find one with a bunker. Alright, so we're going to do call to arms. You do call to arms, you get extra money per person you kill. So I think it's like 500 creds, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll do this one. I think this is the one we need to do. So we're going to accept offer. Now, just so you know, this is like 0 off, okay? You have a basic starter ship. We're going to take the Pisces. You have like no creds, so we're not going to take an SCU container, okay? We are going just to get basic armor. Later on, you will start taking an SCU container to be able to collect armor and then bring it back and sell it. But basically, I know you start off with a pistol and some ammo. I don't know how, but my basic loadout is literally an undersuit, a helmet, a grav gun, and a pistol with 12 rounds. I do not have much ammo. So, let's get to it. I will see you there. Alright, so once you get up onto your location, as you guys can see here, I got people down on ground. You have no gear. All you have is a pistol and a suit, which one shot could probably put you on a level 3 injury. So, I have my shields up, my weapons turned all the way up, and my engines. Now we're going to take advantage of these people being stupid with no turrets. There's one. There's two. And right there, we already have some gear that we can look at. Look, they're looking at me. They want to shoot. But, I mean, you compare a rifle to a gun coming off of a ship. Who do you think's going to win? I mean, you think it's going to be the ship or the guy down there with the small little rifle? Now, if he happened to have a rocket launcher, we might be in some trouble. But the likelihood of these guys having rocket launchers are very low. So, I think we took everyone out. As you guys can see, the turrets are still shut down. Those are actually pretty big turrets. I would not want to be attacked in this Pisces. So when we get out of here, we'll probably stay low and zoom. But now that we're here, we can start getting... Whoop, forgot my landing gear. We can start getting some gear. Hopefully, one of these guys, it looks like that guy up top, he actually has some good gear. When you go out, only cut off your engines. Do not shut down your ship. You want the shields up. That will make it a whole lot harder for someone to break into your ship and steal your ship. Alright, now when you do come out, you always want to make sure, keep your head on a swivel. Where's my freaking weapon? As you guys saw there, I can draw my weapon without even drawing it, per se. I was probably actually pushing the wrong button, to be honest. 5, grav gun. 3 is my pistol. Alright, so on your keyboard, the numbers control what you draw out. So let's go check these bodies, see if there's anything good. And then we'll get down in deep. Alright, I'm actually looking. Alright, so when you have this screen up, this is the main screen. Now, if you were in a hurry, you can easily drag and drop. Okay, you can, well, okay, it's not working for that gun. But for equipment, you can easily drag and drop, right? Wow, it's just not wanting to work. Most of the time, it does work. But if that doesn't work in this scenario, this is the easiest fix you can do. You open inventory. When you open inventory, you will allow everything to come out. Alright, so he currently has light armor. We can go ahead and grab that light armor, and then you can drag. Why is the circle not showing up? Alright, so we're going to swap suits. Spacesuits. Bam. Wow, nothing's wanting to work today for me. Alright. Gonna get naked, probably die real quick. That's okay. I got enough health. There we go. Quick swap, as you guys saw, right? I took all his items, and then I can also grab the gun and put it on my back, as you guys saw. If you grab something and you see a little circle, that's what you want to do. You want to grab the little circle and drop it at the little circle. I am literally now wearing everything he has. I dropped my other. Now, when you do drop that, look what happened. Anything that was on my uniform fell down onto the ground. You have to pick it back up. If you do not pick it back up, you will not have it. Now, this can cause some issues in Star Citizen, because as you can see, I don't currently have it on. Now it is registering. I had to go back into my inventory for it to register. Now, the same thing happens when we come over. We can see this guy. He has med pins. I know for a fact this will work. Quick grab over to the med pins, right? Awesomeness. We go over here. We can actually see he has heavy armor. This is what we're going to want. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our oxy pins. Look at that. You cannot transfer back to another person. All you can do is drop your gear. All right? And when you drop in your gear, it then becomes a little bit more difficult to be able to do what you want to do. However, it will pay off in the end. Now, since I have a proper undersuit, I can probably drag and drop each individual piece on the correlating circle. You guys see how that works? It literally tells me what I can and can't do. And it's not letting me drag and drop it there, so we're going to go back out. We're going to holster our weapon by holding down R. Now we're going to go back to his body. He still has a weapon. I'm going to open up this inventory, drag and drop it onto my back. There we go. Now, as you guys can see, I also brought over his ammo that was attached to the suit as well. This is how you do armor inside of Star Citizen. Now we have heavy, we have a good gun. Now we're going to go down deep. Now, there is one really good armored person in here that I really do want. We are going to look for his gear. I actually really like this gear better than the other gear I just put on. But I don't feel like going through the hassle of doing it. So we will go ahead and swap helmets, because I do like that helmet better. Actually, we'll swap legs too. Now, just remember, the pistol will fall, right? With the equipment. As you noticed, which I totally forgot, we lost our grav gun. However, there's a way around this. If you want to change your pants, it's not big enough. So we will have to drop it off, right? So we will just go ahead, drop our pants. Ooh, dirty. All right. We will drop our... Now, I will keep my big rifle when I do this because of the fact inside... I am currently holding the rifle. However, I have leg armor. I can actually take, normally it lets us take the ammo from the core suit and put it over. It's not going to let us do it this time. However, we will drop that. We'll get more ammo down below. We'll put on that suit. We'll take that ammo and we will drop it. That little hand in the bottom is going to be your best friend. All right. Now, since we did drop that, if we look down at the ground, we can see the big ammo. Because, as I said before, everything falls off, right, when you do it. So if we go back to the earlier spot, we will be able to find my grav gun. We're going to switch out these arms, too, because I like the way these ones looked better on him. All right, we basically, stripped him naked. He's dead anyway, so we're not really worried about his future. We kind of ended his future a little bit early, and he's now, pushing up daisies. All right. Didn't actually have to use the pistol this time. We're going to go ahead and grab it, though. All right. It's not letting me grab it. I'm going to holster my main weapon, and then I should be able to grab it out from underneath this box. There we go. And then I'll holster it again by holding R. We're going to go back. Let's see. It's probably going to be at the first body. There's the grav gun right there. Oh, wait. There it is. There we go. We're going to grab that grav gun. Now we got it. With the grav gun, you can also hold R, and it holsters the weapon. All right, as you guys can see, I have 32 rounds. So that means I have 2 extra magazines, plus the one currently in my weapon. All right. When your screen gets like this, right, and you don't like the way it looks because it looks like, you know, I don't know, I've been rained on, you want to go ahead and hit Alt-X. You'll clean your visor. Literally, Star Citizen makes everything kind of interactable, like it is, like you're actually doing it. I did drop those other 2 little mags for that pistol. I don't want to get rid of that pistol. It was a Wicklow item. I thought it might be able to shoot a little bit better, but we're not too worried about it. Don't jump off these elevators either. You'll die to your death. So now we're going to get down in here. This is what we're trying to do. There's 66% hostiles remaining. So we got to keep our head on a swivel. That means that's a bad guy. Well, I expected this not to be what I thought it was. Let's actually see what kind of weapon this actually is. It's a shotgun. Okay, cool. So that means a lot of these guys are going to die pretty quickly. As you saw, I just took those guys out with like no try at all. I did lose some health, right? So we will go back here. As you guys noticed, though, I dropped those pins from that other guy that I killed. So we got guys coming up on us. Going to reload. Let them come to us. Crouch. He's now having a really bad day. And these 3 guys are about to have another really bad day, too. There we go. We literally only have 2 targets left in this whole facility. Now, if you stay in a corner like this right at the beginning and you started already shooting at one, they will normally come and find you. So don't be scared just to sit somewhere and wait. As you can see, they're currently moving, dragging him into me. Down. Look, I'm getting a nice pile of bodies here. We only have 6%. He's coming to me too. Now, if we had that cargo container, like I said earlier, we could then pile up all these guys' outfits into that cargo container, and it would be epic. There we go. All hostiles eliminated in this place, right? Look at all the different weapons, all the ammo that you can now get. Now, normally inside these areas, there is one of the guys that have an extremely large book bag, but he doesn't seem to be present. However, it did say all hostiles have been eliminated, but I will tell you, I have had that happen before. Don't necessarily trust that every single hostile has been eliminated. So I'm going to want to check these bodies, because as you guys can see, my health is really low. There we go. We get some pins right here. We get the grav pins. We drag and drop them quickly because of, you know, expedition, because we want to hurry up and heal stuff. 1 pin takes me all the way up to 100%. There we go. Oh, now you see that weapon right there, right? That's floating around. That's one we want to grab. There's a reason for this. All right. I think this is the gun here. We're going to go ahead and take it over. I don't think this is the one. This is the one we wanted. It's a whole lot easier if you have a book bag, but that's what we want right there, the scope, right? We can take the scope off the weapon and putting it into our core armor. This also has a compensator. You can do the same thing. You can strip weapons that you find and take the useful pieces off of them and then put them down. You don't have to keep them. This is a really nice looking weapon. We're going to go ahead and equip this one because we can have 2 on our backs. I like the way this one looks. It is a P4 AR Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is a nice set. So, however, when you're also doing that, you got to look at what ammo it is. So there we go, P4 AR ammo. So we can go ahead and put that on our body. You can only quickly grab the ammo that is currently on your body. If it is not currently on your body, you cannot quickly utilize it. Now, this guy has some P4R ammo too, so we want it there, but say we want to leave a couple spots open for the shotgun if we find more shotgun ammo. We'll open up inventory, drag and drop into core armor. That way I have it stored somewhere else. I don't have to store it on the outside. Now, if I want to say, hey, I now want that ammo because I want to be able to quickly grab it, I can take it from my core armor and look. It lights up how many spots you get to access it, and it shows you where you can actually put it on your body. So you can just drag and drop, and it will automatically assign it to that slot. So we will finish. We'll go down to the one area and look. I want to see what gun that is. Oh, it's dancing. It's dancing. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you will find weapons that kind of dance. Now, as you guys notice, I dropped that Night Stalker weapon, right? That's because, as you guys can see, I was over another weapon when I pressed F that I wasn't tracking. And it just went ahead and auto-swapped it. That will happen to you sometimes. You got to be careful that what you're doing. So I can swap it. I'll automatically drop and pick this one up. As you can see, this is another twin shotgun. I like the way this one looks better. So I'm going to go back to my other shotgun. Has 4 rounds in it. I'm going to get that Night Stalker back. Bam. Look at that. I got my Night Stalker back. Now, the shotgun ammo. I think this guy has shotgun ammo. Nope, that's FS9 mag. Now, you can also pick up other ammo for other weapons if you're trying to get your stockpile, say, back at home base up. We normally have to do that after every patch because the one thing that they normally do, I guess, get rid of after every patch, BR2. This is a Ravager 12 Bright Tar. I don't think they're the same mags. As you can see, circle straight. So it's not the same mag. But after every patch, they normally... Here we go. We got our Ravager twin shotgun mag right here. We're going to go ahead and grab this. Now, as you can see, I can do this. If you're going to bring it to your core like this, you want to make sure it's showing an empty spot. Because then, 9 times out... Well, let's say 5 out of 5 times, it might actually do it. Now, when you're in other inventory screens, if you don't see it and you just drag and drop, it sometimes will do a swap instead. However, I can, as I said, this is what I normally do. I don't normally use that other screen. I always normally go up to the top, hit the screen, come into the screen, and then drag and drop because it is so much easier. However, as you can see, I don't have enough space in my core armor, but I still want this ammo. So one option I can do is I can look at my body. I can find one of the P4 AR mags. We know it fits, right? Look at that. Look at that. It fits in my core armor easy. I went ahead and dragged from my body into my core armor. Now I can drag and drop that and put that on my core armor. See how that works? All right, another quick way to do inventory. You can either just left click and it automatically adds to your suit, as you guys can see there. Or you can shift left click and it automatically puts it into your bag. That is another great way to hurry up and transfer inventory. Or you have this button right here that says take all. And you can just hit that button and take all. Now, of course, if you don't want it, you can always go to the main inventory screen if you took all and drop it if you don't like it. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and look around. Normally, with these bunker missions, there was a time frame when you had to leave these places by, but we didn't seem to get one. Normally, they give you about... I think it's like 30 minutes, I want to say, is the time that they normally give you. Now, normally, as you can see, sometimes there is a little haze. This is the elevator where they come out of. This is where the big guy with the backpack normally comes out of. Alright, so right here, this is a neutral employee. You do not want to shoot these guys. They'll give you a crime stat when you're doing these missions. You have to make sure that you don't kill any of the actual employees when you're kind of freeing these data centers or bunkers from occupation. However, if you say you like the way they look, you can see that, loot, pull it up. I can't really see his outfit, But if I had a backpack, I could actually strip his outfit. Coming in here, I can actually pull what he currently has and put it into my book bag, which is a nice, something nice you can do if you want to look like just an NPC. So we're looking around for containers. They're usually red, blue, green, or orange containers that will hold stuff that you can usually loot. And that's what we're looking for. As you can see, that guy was walking around. He's not scared of us. I think the whole reason... Oh, well, that might have been the guy scared of us. The whole reason we didn't get a timer is because there's still people alive here. Am I for sure? No. But here you guys go. Another red container. As you can see, it's holding tons of weapons. These containers... Now, when you go to these containers work just like actual inventory. You can come up here, you can press the open inventory screen, you can do the same exact items that we did before. This is the main screen I like to do anything off of because of the functionality of it. When you guys are in your inventory screen, you can come here. Literally, the book bags will only give you one option to place. Now, the book bag has to match your armor size. If you have a light armor on, you can only have a light book bag, and so forth. So we will go, however, if you have a big armor and you want a smaller backpack, you can do that. You just can't, you can go down, but you can't go up. So if you have light armor and you want a large book bag, you can't do it. You have to have the big pack. And you can tell that just by the pack size. As you can see, these 3 packs right here, these are medium backpacks. The capacity is 1,270 micro SCU. Where the big heavy backpacks, I have one over here. It will actually say heavy backpack, and that is 150,000 micro SCU. So you can see it does change in size of what you are allowed to do. This is a light, which is only 7,500 micro SCU. So the book bag, backpack, I was confusing myself, can make a difference of how much stuff you can carry. So you want to make sure that what you're planning on doing, you have the right backpack to match the size. Alright, when you want to equip it, you literally go to the backpack, you drag, whoop, you drag, you drop. Now, when you do that, this also changes the way you equip weapons. So we'll go to the weapons. We have our Night Stalker. As you see, it attaches it to the side. So then, if you want to attach your other weapon, you have to scroll over to the other side, and you can then attach it like so. And that is how you attach weapons once you have put your backpack on. In the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. And keep gaming, gamers.